Hey everybody, it's Alicia Little, and I'm so excited to be here with you live. And guess what? Today we're going to be talking about creatives. We're going to be talking about artists and musicians, sound engineers. We're going to cover the whole gambit and talk about how you can use your skills and talents as a creative to make money on the internet. So I've got with me today gospel singer Damion Graham. Damion, say hello to everybody. Damion, yes.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Great.
So, my pleasure.
We're excited to have you here. And Damion has a great story he's going to share with us. But as a gospel singer, we're very excited that he said yes to joining us. We've got Miss Aisha Rickets. Hi, Aisha.
Hi.
Aisha's got a great story to share as well. We've got Mr. Curtis Brown. Curtis, you might know him on YouTube from his many music videos out there. But welcome, Curtis. Welcome.
Welcome.
And then, of course, you know, we couldn't have this session without inviting my great friend, Mr. Harold Davis, Deputy CEO of the JBDC, to give us some insights as well. So, Mr. Davis, say hello to everyone.
Hi, everybody. Good to be here, Alicia.
So welcome. And again, today we're talking about how creatives, and we're going to cover voiceover, singing, DJ, doing DJ drops, beats, and I'm sure so much more, how you can take your skills and talents and turn that into money on the internet. If you guys are ready, say money in the comment box. I want to see all those comments coming in, say money. Let's make sure that you guys are ready to make money, because with the skills, well, I am not a musician. I do voiceover, but I am not the traditional sense. I'm not an artist. Aisha knows that I cannot sing to save my life, right, Aisha? But I've been so blessed to be around all of you lovely people, so I'm excited. All right, we see all the money's coming in. Everybody is excited to be here. So Curtis, Aisha, Damion, if you want to go ahead and mute your microphone until we bring you on, I'm going to let Mr. Davis give everybody a nice welcome before we turn it over to you guys to talk. So, Mr. Davis.
Hey, thank you very much, Alicia. It's very exciting for me to be here. I mean, apart from being the Deputy CEO of Jamaica Business Development Corporation, where, first of all, we believe in our creatives. We believe that the creative industry is the way to sustain prosperity in Jamaica, because creativity is something that we do so well and we do so naturally as Jamaican people. We're just naturally creative. Everybody is a star, everybody is a singer, everybody is a songwriter, everybody is a dancer, everybody is an actor or an actress. We do it very well, and I'm not just saying so anecdotally. It is a fact. The world wants to emulate and copy what it is that we have, this essence of being Jamaican. So we have something, and that is a fact. But apart from wearing that hat, I want to also wear the other hat as I'm a musician, as well, as many of you might know. And I've been doing that for quite a while. You know, jazz and and reggae and so on, and here and all over the place. You know what I mean? And that just makes me just super excited to be here to share. So I want to welcome everybody who is here. I mean, listen, just be prepared to do the thing that has made you define yourself as a creative. In other words, to be creative, to make money. You know what I mean? So here, thanks so much, Alicia, and I'll share more a little later.
Okay, sounds good. We're excited to have you here, wearing those many different hats, and glad that you understand the industry so well. Miss Aisha Rickets, we would love, as the ladies first, we'd love to hear your story and how you got started into, especially the taking your talents online, and then tell us a little bit about today and during this time, how you continue to earn online and the many different ways that you earn from your voice. So take it away, Aisha Rickets.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Alicia again. Thank you so much for having me. My story. Where do I start? I guess I started working online as a result of being in a tough economic situation, even before coronavirus. Back in 2012, my fairly well-to-do family went bankrupt. At the time, I thought that I was just going to work with my family business, and I didn't go to college because that was my plan, and I didn't think I needed a degree for anything. So yeah, no college degree. And then that plan just falls flat on its face. And then, the whole situation got wrecked. Like, I was virtually homeless. I had to cut with a friend. And I just had to rethink my life and think, okay, so what am I going to do? How am I going to make money? I don't have a college degree, and none of these places want to hire you unless you have 10 years experience and a PhD and you worked at NASA, So I started working, these little weird jobs that people would just hire me to do because they thought that I spoke well, like being a receptionist or something, or being like a host. And while I was working one of these odd jobs, I've only had 3 9-to-5s, as I said, these little odd jobs. And while I was doing that, then I met Andrew Reed from Income Jamaica. And he was like, there's this thing, Fiverr, you should try it, And I was like, bro, I'm broke. That ass, I don't have a laptop. I can't do anything. And then he was just kind of like, you're really talented, so I'm going to give you a shot. So Andrew gave me a laptop to use, and he, showed me Fiverr and kind of mentored me on how to use the website. Alicia, bless her heart, she gave me my first microphone. And yeah, everyone was just like, one with the road. So I sat down at home, I had the microphone, and I was like, all right, now I just need to figure out, how to do this thing. So then I taught myself how to use this audio editing program called Audacity, because it's free. There are other free programs, but that's the one that I started teaching myself so that I could record myself, and experimenting with different spaces in the house to see where it would have a decent sound, because I already knew what a good sound was like, because I have been doing voiceover for a long time. I've been doing voiceover professionally since I was 11. When I say professionally, I mean radio ads since I was 11, for Bacchanal Jamaica, Eve, Digicel, Burger King, all of those people. But I was going to a studio. I was going to this place called Creative Sounds of Jamaica. They're on Mountain View Drive. And yeah, I would only do ads when they called me in, but now I needed something that was going to give me more money. So yeah, working my last 9-to-5, I had started doing, freelancing online on the side. And I started making enough money. I remember telling my boss at the time, I was like, I already make more money doing this on the side after work than I do working here full time. I don't know why I'm still here. And they were like, wow, you should leave them. So I did, and it was scary, but I'm really happy for the push, because I started making that much more money. It's like the laws of attraction, what you focus on, definitely opportunities in that vein multiply. So when I completely stopped my 9-to-5 and I just started focusing on working online full time, I got more jobs, I got more opportunities, even stuff that wasn't coming directly from the website that I mentioned that I freelance on, just working online in Jamaica, because what I do is, apart from freelancing on this website online, I also just work online with other local agencies. So from ad agencies to individual clients. Like last year and even the start of this year, I did a lot of commercials for Singer Jamaica, the French place. Yeah, but I work directly with them, not even through an agency. So it's just that. No, my regular life is that I get up, I do my online orders from that website, and then I check my email, and I might have orders from local clients. If I have to go on the road, I make sure to tell everyone, hey, I talk for a living, I can be the voice on your answering machine, or I can do your radio ad, and yeah man, don't worry about the agency thing. Yeah man, my thing professional and it cheaper, just link me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, through networking with, people, the local market who would be interested in voiceover and freelancing online, that is how I have managed to proudly tell everyone that I am a full-time voice actor for 5 years.
All right. All right. Everybody give Aisha a nice congratulations. Great story, Aisha, and really proud of the way that you pushed yourself, because one thing that I know about you is that you push yourself in your business and you're always, reaching. One of the two of the tips that Aisha gave out was that she said that she has the free tool called Audacity. I have that as well. And she uses that for her audio editing. And she's also on Fiverr, which is what we talk about all the time. And you're getting a lot of, yes, Aisha, go Aisha, right? Full time for 5 years, go Aisha. So congratulations on that. Really great story. And continue to push yourself, Aisha. So we're going to come back around to you. Curtis A, aka Curtis A, right? So you're up next. Tell us how we heard Aisha's story. Tell us how you came into this online world, because we know that you are an artist, and then now you blended that with the online world. I know you were working, doing some work in sales as you came into this online world. And now you're mostly really just doing work online, right? Like you're earning your full-time income plus online, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. Yeah, definitely. My story is very similar to Aisha. I was working. Well, my story actually, as I was an artist and I was living abroad, I actually got deported. So when I got deported, I started off here, and I was in the hotel industry before. I tried to get into the hotel industry, but I went back to school, and that kind of threw me off. So I started 9 to 5s. I worked at East Japanese and a very big restaurant, but it wasn't making any money at all there. I ended up deciding that I was gonna leave there. After that, few years went by making practically $0. And I started working for Flow. I went to a studio where I was recording, and I saw that they had a business where they were marketing for Flow. So I was like, hey, I want to make some money. Put me over in the marketing side too. So I started working in the marketing side, making some money while I was at that studio. However, still couldn't do it. I was making probably like $4,000-5,000 a week. Like in for the month, I'd probably make $10,000 for the month if I was lucky. So that wasn't really working out. So I had a good friend, a producer, K Swiss, who was working with Andrew. And so I got to know Andrew, and basically like Aisha, um, Andrew was aware that I was about to have my first child. And when I was about to have my first child, I really wasn't making any money. I had just done a music video myself, and Andrew just looked at me. He was like, hey, man, you should come through and try out this Fiverr thing. Come to this workshop, Internet Income Online. And I remember when he told me to come, I remember the first time I didn't even have enough money to get to the workshop. And the second time was the same thing. I didn't have enough money, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna go. I don't remember how I got the money or if I walked. I think I probably walked from Ligony to to Megamart. I'm not sure what happened, but I found some way. I worked out some way to get there, and I got there, and I was happy I got there to the workshop. And he gave me a scholarship basically to get through the workshop, and I did the workshop. And I remember just being at the workshop and looking, and I saw Andrew's account, and I saw it was $10,000, and I was like, $10,000. I was like, that's not Jamaican dollars. That's 10,000 US dollars. And I was like, from seeing that, I was sold. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this straight. I'm like, this is gonna be my full-time job. And I told my mother, I was like, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do my full-time job now. I'm gonna do music full-time. I'm gonna do it online. She was like, I was like, no. So I quit my job because I was getting up from 5 a.m. in the morning, leaving out with Lime, going to Montego Bay, all these places. I wouldn't get home till like 9 p.m. and I'd make $4,000. And when I started on Fiverr, I was making $4,000 for less than an hour work, an hour's work. So I was like, I'm not looking back. And ever since then, that was it. I got on, and I just gave up everything, and it actually started to build my career. So that's pretty much my story.
Wow. And I know just from following you and the different things that you're doing is that you're not doing like just voiceover like Aisha is doing, but you're actually singing custom songs. Tell us about some of the stuff that you do online for clients.
I'm way different from Aisha. I actually get no voiceover work. Like, I did get some in the initial stages. Well, this morning I might be getting one. I got a request for a voiceover this morning, but pretty much for me, I guess it's as Harold said that I don't remember who said it. Someone said it here this morning. It's just like where you put your energy, it came in, and I put my energy into the music side, and I just noticed like as time went along that all my requests just started becoming like music, just people requesting me to do original songs, just producers wanting to record me as an artist. So I kind of stopped doing the voiceover and I focused on music. And it's at first it was like people would have some little projects like they would want a song for their kid's birthday or a song for their girlfriend, and I did a few of those, and then now it just started becoming like more and more like serious producers are like, hey, I want a song, I want you to record on my beat. So my career is basically much of like just as a recording artist, recording for upcoming producers. So that's pretty much it every single day. I've found a few other platforms. They aren't doing as well as Fiverr, but they're doing great also. So that's pretty much what
So
I
tell
do.
us about those platforms. Aisha mentioned that she's on Fiverr and also getting business through local agencies in Jamaica. So someone who wants to follow in her footsteps would contact local ad agencies and agencies that are looking for voiceover artists. And as we're listening to you, what sort of other platforms are there for
Yes,
recording
there
artists themselves?
there are a few other platforms. I got the another platform from a client that I actually worked with on Fiverr. They told me like they were like, I work with other people on this platform, and I was like, yes. I just went and checked it out. So there's actually another platform called Sound Better, and it's
Sound
doing
better.
well. It's picking up. That's a very good one. There's another platform where you sell beats called BeatStars. I'm not really in depth in that one yet because I'm not really too in depth into the making beats. I do make it, but I don't put enough energy there as yet. But that's another great one if you're a beat maker and producer, BeatStars. So those are some of the platforms out there. And
Say the sound one again for everybody.
Sound Better,
Sound better.
SOUNDBETTER, and that one's really picking up. And
That one
that
is
one
really
mostly has professionals. So like you'll be on there, you'll see like Sean Paul's manager Jeremy Hardin, you'll see major producers that work with like Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber, and like American Idol singers and stuff like that. So that has more is a more professional website for musicians, but the traffic is nothing like what I learned from internet income. Like Fiverr is just the greatest.
Fiverr is just the greatest. Now,
Yeah.
Aisha said that she was also doing commercials for like Singer, and I know she does. She's the voice of NCB for a lot of their animated videos as well and instructional videos. What are some of the clients that you've done work for that you're really proud of?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. Is it
Oh,
producers, Curtis, or what are some of those clients?
that I'm really proud. Recently, I had a project 2 weeks ago. It was for Al Jazeera TV. I'm really proud of that one.
Wow.
Aisha actually introduced me to a client, one of my most proud working. She actually introduced me to the agency Creative Sounds. Yes, Creative Sounds, where me and her we did a advertisement for Juicy Beef. That's a really big one.
I remember that
And
one. Yes.
yeah, there are a few other ones I've done quite a few, but I think the ones that really stick out is the Al Jazeera TV song that I actually produced the beat and a song for one of their documentaries recently, and Juicy Beef.
Okay, sounds good. Now, Harold, after hearing these two amazing stories right here, Aisha with her voiceover and Curtis as a recording artist, both making money online. And first, Curtis, tell us your best month. How much did you make in your best month? Let's give some. We always like to let people know what they should be shooting for. Your audio went out for a second. Unmute, yeah.
My best month was over $3,000.
3,000 US, over 3,000 US. And Aisha, what was your best month? I know you've been doing this for a while, but what was your best month? Do you remember? Yes.
I'm not making money like Curtis. By the way, is the tax collections agency in the chat? Yes, no. My best month. My best month. It's, as I said, for me, it's not just working on Fiverr, it's also working locally. So do you mean just on Fiverr or just overall?
Just overall.
Overall, I would say in my best month, I've made about 600,000 Jamaican dollars.
Okay, not bad. Give both of them a round of applause. And on that note, turning it over to Harold, when you hear these stories about how these two creatives are making money online, it's pretty motivating and inspiring to creatives, right, Mr. Davis? What would you say to other creatives who are a little bit afraid of the internet or not really diving in to the opportunity the internet provides?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two, you two guys, I mean, the stories are amazing. I mean, and I know that there are several other persons who are doing this. I mean, I want to share, Alicia, just a couple of perspectives, just a couple of tips that I believe creatives should focus on. The first thing is that as a creative, you need to understand and remember that you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right. So you are in business, right? So it is a business that you're in, and you're leveraging your creativity, your talent, really, to earn from this business. But you are a business, so you need to think about it. You need to think about different channels that you need to get to your customer with. You need to think about different ways that you can monetize the core raw material that you have, which is your talent. You need to think like a business. That's the first thing. And the second thing, on the same point, is that your creativity is your superpower. That is, years ago I went to Japan, and they told me that they were looking for creative geniuses at the time. That was earlier than 2000. They were looking for creative persons. They were looking to engender creativity as a superpower. So the fact that you're a creative, it means that you have a superpower. That is a fact. You know what I mean? They say that in the new, fourth industrial revolution, the only persons who are really safe are the creatives. Those of us who are in the creative industry. Zin, because you can clone a robot to do almost anything, but quite frankly, it's difficult to clone creativity. So it is a superpower. That's the first thing that I want to appreciate. The second thing is that, and both Curtis and Aisha spoke about it, even though they never used the word, is that you need to create yourself as a creative brand. You need to make sure that you are brand Curtis. And when they come to Curtis, they know exactly what it is that they're going to get in terms of the creative, and create a brand about what it is that you are about. Not just a talent, not just a skill, but you need to think about yourself as a brand and maintaining that brand. When you say Alicia Little, everybody knows exactly what that is about. Everybody knows that it's a quality brand, and you're going to get some value from interacting with her. That's a fact, So you need to think about what your brand, your personal brand is. The third tip that I want to leave with you is something simple. It may sound simple, but it's profound. Write something. Write something that you can own. Write. You are creative. That's what we do. We write, whether it is music or or scripts or a piece of poetry or something. Write something that you can own. You can earn some intellectual property off. Yes, the previous point is also about intellectual property, because when you brand, you need to trademark your brand, you know what I mean, to make sure that you are brand Curtis, and that means something, you know. So write something that you can own and as intellectual property. The fourth tip, very quickly, is that now is the time for us to really be inventive, reinvent yourself, reimagine yourself, and understand. And I'm sure you're hearing the talk about pivoting and what really that means. What really that means is that, first of all, understand what your core talent is. What is your core skill? What is your core superpower? It is not, for instance, if I am a singer, as I am, it is not the ability to stand up in front of an audience and probably entertain the audience. So therefore, if there's no audience, if Junior Gangster, when the tour bus drop off and our lights lock off, and I'm a mere mortal again, if there's no audience, that means there's no product. That don't make any sense. Your product, your core product, really is your ability to create a song or write a song or write or sing, or your voice. That's your core product. Yeah. Then you can leverage that and pivot that away, because there are no audiences right now. You know, no 10,000 audience, and Europe and them people said I'm now open up for big events until probably end of 2021. So wow. That now gonna happen. So therefore, you have to pivot and understand that your core product really is that you're a songwriter, you are a script writer, your voice is that you're a singer, you're a speech professional, whatever it is that your core thing. And think about how it is that you're going to pivot that raw talent into a new direction. Fiverr, other areas like that, you know, how it is that you hook up with a talent recruitment agency, for instance, to see if they need your talent, your core talent, not your ability to stand up in front of 1,000 people and entertain them. Your core talent as your songwriter or singer or voice actor, actress, or whatever it is. What's your core talent? Tip number 5, collaborate. Sometimes we as creatives tend to want to do it by ourselves. Not nagoso. Now is the time more than any for collaboration. Link up with your brethren or your sister who has complementary talent or complementary skills in a particular thing to go after a new market, to go after a new project. Now is the time to collaborate. And rest assured that coming out of this season, you're going to see the most amount of collabs, as in the singers and so on, doing collaborative projects. I just heard my brethren Siobhan last night talking about a new project that he's doing. So collaboration is the name of the game. No, is not the time to think you alone, think solo. No, you need to think collaboration. You need to think strategic partnerships. You need to think how it is that you can come together with your party, with your fellow talent, with your fellow creative, to create something that is new and exciting. Tip number 6, you need to be a part of a community. As creatives, it's important for us to, it's related to the previous point, but that is a kind of different point. You need to be a part of a group, part of a community, join an association, be a part of a community, because being a part of a community means that you have an immediate network that you can now leverage for other things, for other benefits, for financing benefits for the government, from the government, for instance, for marketing benefits from so and so, for training benefits. Be a part of a community is very, very important. And on that note, shameless plug for Jamaica Federation of Musicians and Affiliated Artists Union. Be a part of a community. It's very, very important. And last tip, before you get to the last tip, repeat one more time, slow down just a little bit on the associations that you're recommending people join. As you said, be part of a community, but you rushed through that part. So repeat that one more time for everybody. Sorry. Excitement. I was speaking about the Jamaica Federation of Musicians and Affiliates Union, JFMA. my friend Karen Smith is everybody know Karen Smith, the songbird of Jamaica. She's the president, and I'm also a part of the executive. And being a part of a community, being a part of a body like that, gives you voice. It gives you a collection, a community that is of the same mind, that wants to lobby on your behalf for different types of benefits. It could be financing. It could be financing to do a course like this with Internet Income Jamaica, for instance. You know, so be a part of a community. That's the best way for you to leverage your creativity and your creative community, and to benefit at the end of the day from this collaboration, from this networking, from this from being a part of the community. Yeah. So yeah.
Love that. Camille saying, who's taking notes from Harold's awesome tips? Camille, like, Camille needs the notes. So don't worry, Camille, you can watch the replay of this. Rory, I just put it up on the screen, but he said Jamaica Federation of Musicians and Affiliates Union. So you guys can see that there. I'm sure they can find you guys through a quick Google search or a Facebook search. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. So people ask you about that. And Rory says, for more information, you can also message us at info@jfmau.com. So very helpful. And thank you so much for that. You have so many people that said, awesome discussion, great tips. K-Nation said, being a part of the community, Harold, it's an immediate network base.
Absolutely.
Great talk, Harold. Sandra said very interesting points. I'm going to bring in Mr. Andrew Reed now for a few points. And Andrew, Curtis, and Aisha both mentioned you. So I sent a quick message saying, where's Andrew? How come Andrew is not on here? So one of my partners in Internet Income Jamaica, make sure you unmute your mic, Andrew. We can't hear you right now. Mr. Andrew Reed. And he's hard to recognize right now because his dreads are not there, but that is the same. I know, look at Aisha and Curtis's face. So, you know, with the lockdown, he took his locks out, but he's still the same amazing reggae artist, much the same. Andrew, can you hear us? And we still cannot hear Andrew. No, we can't hear you. So keep working on your audio, Andrew. Keep working on it. I don't know what you did. Look at your mic settings. Here I am telling a musician. Look at your mic settings, Andrew, and make sure that you have the correct mic on. Maybe you have your professional mic plugged in and it's picking that up, but you're not using it right now. So we had Damion, our gospel singer, on, but it looks like his internet connection is not picking up right now. So we're waiting for him to come on. Rohan says community is truly important. Just knowing that there's others there with like mind is also a very important thing to be part of. So I definitely encourage you guys to be part of a community. The one Harold mentioned, some of you, I see familiar names, are part of the Internet Income Jamaica community as well. Camille, if you can, or Lorette, if you can post the link for our free Facebook group that anybody can join that also wants to be in part of a community, I can definitely invite them to be part of that group as well. Andrew, can we hear you now?
Yeah, can you?
Yes, Dwight says the great Andrew Reed. So welcome to this discussion. We've had a great discussion, which I know you've been watching, where Aisha told her story and talked about the amazing things she's doing with her voice and how
I missed it. I actually missed it because I touched you a few weeks ago. I'm going to get like a lineup, you know what I'm saying?
And then Curtis talked about
good to see everybody here. Harold, good to have you here, sir. You know, long time. Aisha, Curtis, good to have you guys here as well, you know. I mean, it's been a while and we've been getting a lot of requests for this program and to actually, you know, to get the information out there and what musician can do in this time to take advantage of the whole pandemic, you know. And this is the best time right now for musician overall. Currently, just finished wrapping up the voiceover training 2.0, and this training is going to be really telling musicians, showing them step by step of how they can take advantage of the streaming platforms now. So it's more designed in a way to make musician understand. You have different ways to make music. You can be making music for number one song on the Billboard, but you can actually treat it as products where you're putting out these products and you're looking for to make money. So within a month, you can push out at least 20 different albums, and those albums out bringing in streaming royalties, all these different incomes. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of letting musician move out of the mindset of just only creating songs for just hit songs and trying to get a billboard or to run the place. It's more putting it out as content where people can use meditation music, yoga music, focus music, all these different kind of music that you can actually do and increase your streaming royalties, because that's where the money is when you're sleeping and money coming in. So we start off everything in voiceover point one, which is what Aisha, Curtis, everybody's doing, where I know they actually do point two as well, where they get streaming and royalties and stuff like that. But in point one is where you're actually providing your services as a voice actor, doing commercial, doing these things that people will like, anniversary song, birthday song, special request kind of songs that will definitely make money, audiobook readings and stuff like that, that will bring you good income monthly. But don't just stop there. Go point two, where you can actually start to put those residual incomes. So while you're sleeping, you're getting those royalties coming in and stuff like that. We're looking at right now with the point two training, musicians, when they join this kind of training, within the next 4 or 5 months, you're going to be seeing musicians saying that, from the work that they put out, they're actually seeing residual income coming in from their sound exchange check on them, whatever music society they sign up with. They're seeing a good $4,000 coming in and $5,000 coming in. We're talking about how they can place their music out there so that filmmakers can get those music and put it in their Netflix series and all these kind of stuff. Yo, trust me, it's in depth, Errol. It is such a good time right now to be a creator.
I need a ticket for that course.
Good time right now to be a creator, because I tell you, if you're an artist and you've been active, you know that dub plate money gone up. This has been the most active time for artists. They're home. You have some artists, the active one that's really doing stuff, happy that they're active because they're happy that they actually did the work, because they see the increase in dub plates, they see the increase in DJ drops. Aisha, Curtis, all of them can see the increase in the online demands for different custom made songs and custom made voiceovers. Just an example, just for Mother's Day alone, I I said, you know what, I'm just going to turn my service on just to test and just to see how crazy the space is. I turned the service on. I tell you, in less than 4 days, over $800. Over $800, and that's just from, I think it's 3 or 4 clients. Just like that. And I was like, this is mind blowing. It's the best time right now. If you have a voice, if you can't sing, fine, you can do voiceover. If you can't, trust me, if you can't sing, you do voiceover. You do some shout out, just a natural Jamaican accent. People love that, and any other accent that you have, any animated voice you can get yourself into, that'd be really good. Sometimes you're growing up, you probably, people always have the little animated voice in them. Sometimes you're talking, you just put on this new voice. People pay for that, and it's just to see the journey and just to know that this work, and we're here as a community pushing out and giving people resources out there for them to take their skill set to the next level. It's just really good. It's really, really good. I love this community. I love the family that we have. Aisha, Curtis, all the other people that are involved, and here giving back 100%. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate Lorette and Alicia for opening and exposing us to the global opportunity. I remember the frustration as a musician, where I'm doing music, and instead of putting out products and making money from it. I was spending more trying to promote my songs and, you know, wasting money to get my songs out there when I could use that money to market my existing product and increasing income from it. And, you know, the internet let the ground level for every musician, every talent out there, and the knowledge that we have, we're sharing it, and I want you all to be a part of it. And you know, from, as I said, from a musician, I know the struggle. I know the struggle when you can't collect your own royalties, your own publishing. I know the struggle when you can't, when you have your voice and you know you're very talented, but you're not making a money from it. I know how you know you can, with this program, you can actually use your voice and make money. And you don't need a number one song to make money. You don't need to tour in the world. You don't need a hit song. You don't need to have no song at all. You sit in the room and make money from your music skills. If you play guitar, you make money. Anything you're doing, you can make from your creator. You make money. If you're a studio engineer and you don't have the skill set of playing an instrumental, guess what? You're in a position where you can go get some musician, build a team, and put that package out there, and people will hire you for your services. So this is the time for all creatives.
This is the time for all creatives. Now, Andrew, Aisha and Curtis chimed in on this. They were talking about their best month with online and the work they're doing that's related to being online. Now, Curtis talked about how he was so inspired when he saw you logged into your account at the class that he came to, and he saw the $10,000, and he's like, "What, US dollars?" And he was like, "Mom, I am going full-time musician online." Tell us about your best month, Andrew. I mean, you told us just in days you made $800 real quickly doing Mother's Day videos, but do you remember what your best month was?
I cannot just give an average. I can't say the best month because I have so many great months right now. Okay. I just can't say. Well, I can say the average earning online for my voice talent is about 4,500 to 6,000 US dollars. That's around the average. I can't say.
That's good. I was just, we're just all wondering. So here's the thing, to the creatives, the musicians, the people who are doing DJ drops, could do voiceover. They're saying, what? I'm reading the comments. They're like, what? I can make money like that?
Let me tell you, you can make money. Stop. You can make money just by just do something simple as this. Yo, big up yourself, Internet Income Jamaica. You're the best. That's it. They will pay you money for things like that. Like, you don't need for, like, you know, as long as you can read and you have confidence and you can record yourself properly. The art in it is recording yourself properly, because you can use tools and, you know, put effects on your voice and make it sound good. You know, those are the things that it's easy to learn. Those soft skills are easy to learn. So from once you learn the soft skill of using an audio recording device, everything else is magic. Everything else. And the beauty about it, if you don't like how you sound, just call your auntie or your niece or somebody else and just put the mic in front of them and just give them the script and say these things and record them. You know what I'm saying? So it's about getting creative.
I think Aisha has done that before. And collaborations. Harold was talking about, you know, collaborating more. And before we actually started this backstage, Curtis was like, Aisha has brought Curtis on to do the Juicy Beef with her, like that commercial that Juicy Beef had. And then Curtis was just saying, Aisha, I've got 2 producers looking for a female voice. You know, I mean, they were already talking, they've already collaborated and talking about it. But I think Harold made a really good point in that the creatives need to collaborate more. And he said, join an association where you can, you know, find other creatives. And I was saying, join our Facebook group, and we put
our group is active and productive. And let me tell you something too. And Aisha, oh my gosh, that girl have so many voice. I can't tell you. She has so much voice and her skill set. And trust me, you know, I mean, she shared her story, you know, just to see the transition in her life and just where she's at right now, knowing that this is an individual who can stay at home 100%, and this is not something she's doing today. It's been over since 2013. You've been doing it.
She said 5 years, so it's been 5 years for her.
Oh no, you're one because
Since 2015.
from 2012 or 2013 she'll be doing it. But this is the thing, she was doing it on my account. Good afternoon.
You were collaborating, so Andrew would like get something that needs a female and then use me. But I started doing it by myself full time in 2015.
Yes, love it.
I'm here and I have to go because I'm actually at you know, I'm on the road right now. But thank you for having you all here. And Harold, trust me, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. Big up, big time, man. See, Alicia, everybody, Aisha, Curtis, big up. See,
yes.
YouTube,
respect.
Big up, respect.
Yes. Now we have a few minutes for questions. So if you guys have any questions for this amazing lineup here, type your questions into the chat. Charmaine says, I am loving this. Camille said there's equipment that will enhance the quality of your sound, of your recordings, but you can really start off with just a phone. Now, Aisha, you use Audacity to increase the quality or to do some audio editing. Do Curtis or Harold, do either one of you use any type of software that would help when doing this kind of work?
Definitely. I use Pro Tools and I use Wave plugins. They can be expensive, but there are affordable options also, and there are a lot of other free plugins and software that you can actually get to edit your voice and to make it sound better. And as Andrew said, that's where it really comes in, the creativity, and you can have fun with it. Actually, I didn't start as a professional, or well, let me not say that, but I wasn't a specialist in mixing and editing my voice and stuff. But I started off I just started on Fiverr, and actually I got paid to learn. So the more I worked was the more I learned doing it, and I became better and better over time to where now I have some clients that they want to use my mixes, and I don't even pride myself as a mixer, but over time of working, you develop the skills and you get better and better.
Right. Harold, any other tools that you can think of that would be helpful?
No, it's the same tools that I'm familiar with, Pro Tools, Audacity and thing. But you know, on that note of collaboration, Alicia, I think it's important for us to think of collaboration even with your colleague who may be, say, into video, into photography. You know what I mean? So that when you're building out your own brand story and that type of thing, you have your sister or your brethren or whomever else who is a photographer, who is handy with the camera. So collaborate strategically, you know, is also important. And also, you see, this time, this period right now is time to learn some skills, learn some new skills. Aisha was saying, go online and play around with Audacity. You know, go find out the right space in your house that have the best sound. You know? Mine is right beside. I can't tell you where, but that's the most amazing sound with natural effects and them thing there. You know. So when play around with it, it's difficult for videotaping, no, I need to tell you, but play around with it because now is the time. And when you get that sweet spot, when you get that sweet combination of skills that you need in house, there are good online tools, very good online tools, as Curtis is saying, that you can start with, and then you roll into the Pro Tools and the Waves and the other one that's slipping mine right now. Yeah, so yeah. Cool.
And Aisha, on that point, you had a picture of where you started when you were doing your first recordings as a voiceover. Tell us about that picture. Where was that?
That would be deep down in my Instagram history. But yeah, when I just started, I was just squatting in my closet. I don't have that to show you guys right now, but I just had my one little piece of cardboard box in there. I think it was shoes box. There was some shoes boxes. and I put the laptop on top of the shoe boxes, and then I put my little condenser microphone on top of the laptop, you know, push it back like this so you're not pressing on the keys. And then I had like clothes behind me and in front of me to kind of pad the sound. And then I would like ask my sister or something, or sometimes I try to figure it out myself, just push up the closet door for me so I'm locked in there. I mean, there's definitely levels to this, because one time someone got a job from me and they're like, it sounds like a woman in a closet. And I was like, so know that I am doing it on another level.
Yeah, it really sounds like that?
At home, I'm actually sitting in front of my booth at my house right now. You know, invested little money, get 2 pieces of drywall, buy some acoustic panels, and put a little carpet down in there. And I have clients who have been working with me for a long time. We're like, you know, your room sounds much better now, and the mic sounds better too. Here's a trick, guys. It's not really the mic, it's the room. Like if you get a room with really good sound, a basic mic will carry you.
Yeah. And by the way, the egg containers are excellent insulation, sound insulation, by the way. Yeah, the crate one. If you just get a couple of them, have it on your walls and so on, paste up on the walls, it's excellent.
You can't afford the foam, okay, guys? The old school people, they just use the cardboard egg crate and put 2 thick fabric over it. Yes, sir.
It works. It works.
So,
exactly on that point, like I had boxes and boxes and boxes of egg trays. Just like, and using the pillows, I used to use my pillows on the back wall and pillows on the side wall, and I used to use the mat out of my son's playpen as as the reflection to block the reflection around the mic. So as Aisha and Harold said, like definitely that's how I started off, and just the levels to it for real, man. So don't worry about what you have. Whatever you have, just it's all about starting.
It's all about starting. I love that. Aisha Mellowjin says, have you always had your talent, or did you stumble into it by accident, or did you hone those skills over time?
Both. Ever since I was small, so I was singing professionally before I started doing voiceovers professionally. I've been singing professionally since the age of 7, just to show you that I've been doing this for a really long time. I entered JCDC Music Festival, and I won Most Outstanding Overall Female Performer and multiple gold medals and category best. So they would like act as the agents and send me to different stuff to perform. So I was always performing from, you know, infancy basically. But the voiceover thing was that thing where I just like talking. I really like talking, and my parents encouraged those avenues because my dad is also a lifetime creative. After he left Arden, he went to left Edna Manley and started his own creative business, and he's just been doing art his whole life. So I know a lot of people don't have that support from their parents, and I wish those parents could watch something like this and just know that the paradigm has shifted, not because of coronavirus, but before that. And you can allow your child to do their creative thing, and they're not going to starve. They will make money. They may make better money than your child that went to college and is doing a traditional
Isn't
job.
that the truth?
A job that might not be affected because we can't go outside, right?
Right.
These are skills that will carry you through anytime. Like my boyfriend and I, well, then boyfriend, were at a time joking and saying, you know, if the world ends, who has seen iRobot? No, is it iRobot? You know, the one, no, Wall-E, right? When they're out in space, they have a voiceover telling them what to do. They're watching programming the whole time. That means that content creators were there after the apocalypse, making videos for them to watch in space. Voiceover artists were there speaking, telling them what to do in space. Like, just showing you that these are skills that will go past any kind of crazy thing that's going on in the world. But yeah, I mean, I was always doing it. And through the years, people have encouraged me, like Mikey Carroll at Creative Sounds. Technically, his name is Paul Carroll at Creative Sounds. He's another person who I would call one of my mentors. He has worked with people like Paula and Porto. Even, oh my gosh, I don't remember her name right now. That's crazy. But this other lady who everybody knows as a person who speaks well and does auto radio as in Jamaica, because he's a veteran, you know, in sound in Jamaica. And he gave me a lot of tips on, you know, how to speak how to say things, and just a lot of things. So it's
kept working on it,
and also definitely continuing to try to get better. One of the things for me is that I do a lot of American accent voiceovers. Yeah, scammers represent. So, part of the thing that I'm always working on is getting better at my American accent or American accents, because you have regional accents up there. So the learning never stops. Even if you naturally have the talent, you definitely have to keep pushing it and trying to learn how to offer something more, because that's another thing. Like as we go out there and confidently share our experiences and more people enter the forum, people might worry that, there are going to be too many of us, whatever, but that I am me, and that's my superpower. Nobody else is me. So there's going to be somebody out there who's looking for exactly what I have to offer. And definitely the more you have to offer, the more attractive a package you are product. I have a product. Right? Somebody. I would encourage people to, even if you're born on the razor edge, go and sharpen it.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to,
very important, Aisha.
I'd like to speak on the opposite end of Aisha for people out there who are worried or wondering, what if I'm not as talented as Aisha, who started out as a professional singer as she was young? Like, I am actually the opposite. I stumbled upon my talent in high school, where they used to have rap battles in the lunchroom, and it was like the biggest thing in the school. And one day I just said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I was mumbling to myself in a corner, and somebody put me on the spot and pushed me out there, and I was in front of 300 students waiting to hear me, and I just had to go and started off like that. And after that, I got a love for music. And actually, I got a Smile Jamaica performance one time, where I went to Smile Jamaica to sing as an artist, and it was rollout, and I did rollout, and it was the worst. Like, the song that I chose was horrible. At the time, I knew nothing about keys, about singing on keys, and it was the worst performance ever in front of 1 million people live, and it was horrible. And I remember Simon, he was like, music is not for you, like, you should just give it up. He's like, you should just and Queen Africa was there, and she was more supportive, and she was like, you know what, keep doing it and keep practicing, and if you know what, you can write or sing for other people. And my father looked at me and said, listen to me, let me tell you, you can DJ, but you see the singing, even if you're in church, don't even sing. Just if you're in church and them singing, turn back outside and run. And I'm the type of person that if somebody tells me that I can't do something, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So I actually had a friend, and we got voice training CDs and tutorials online, and I have 2 of them that I still use to this day. And I use those voice training CDs till now, where
Exactly.
I have people coming to me. I have people telling me that I'm a better singer than a DJ. I have people applauding me on how great my voice is now. Like, every single day I get compliments on top of compliments on top of compliments on top about my voice. And to think that I was somebody who people would say can't sing at all, or couldn't sing, or not to sing, or don't sing. So never listen to what people say. Like, always, whatever it is that you want to do, everybody has a voice, and everybody's voice is unique. And singing is not like people think it's something that you're born with. It's actually muscles. So it's just like any other athlete or sport. It's something that you can develop. What you need to have is passion and feeling in your work, and that just comes with, you just have to love what you're doing. But no matter where you are today, so for the people out there who think, I don't have a special voice, or I've never done voiceover, or I've never sang, or I've never done anything, it's something that it's just, you can develop it with work. Because I'm living proof of that. I made thousands of dollars in music, and I was somebody who people said can't sing, and I've made thousands, and I've made more money than some people who started off as a singer. So
right.
Yeah. Hey, can I just chime in on that? Can I
Yes,
chime in on
I
that
was going to ask you if you would.
Yeah. Listen, as creatives, we need to continuously work on our craft. Continuously work on our craft, because as more persons enter the space, yes, it's your brand and your uniqueness that's going to separate you and give you your competitive advantage. But never, ever compromise on your quest for quality. Never, ever compromise on that, because that's you need to, in a time like now, don't stop work, don't settle. We have a tendency sometimes as Jamaicans to settle for mediocrity. No. As creatives, we need never to think mediocrity. We need to be at the best at our game, and strive for that best at our game. Work at it. These days there are online tutorials, there are online methods to improve and work on your craft. Just work at it. If your core talent is writing, for instance, work at it. There are always ways in which you can improve what it is that you're doing. Need to work on your craft and maintain that spirit, that commitment for quality. Remember, said the Jamaica, you're going out there as an individual creative, creating your own brand in the space. But you need to create your brand must be synonymous with something of high quality.
Yes.
High quality. The person say, yeah, man, I'm a nice community, but I'm not really that good. High quality also means that you're working on your craft, and your craft itself is excellent. But things like delivery, you need to deliver on time, deliver on point, maintain that quality relationship with your customers and that type of thing. These other quality elements need to be put in your brand to make sure that your brand is a quality brand. Yes,
very, very good point. And we always say, never deliver to a client, only over deliver. So if you think you're just going to deliver a job, don't deliver, over deliver, right? Delivery is so 2019 right now, we're only over delivering. So really good point there. Just a few more questions before we wrap up. Everybody is loving it so much. So thank you, you guys. So we've got, this question keeps coming up over and over and over again from YouTube and Facebook and all over the place. People are saying, can we get started honing in on our talent with our phone? So can we record our voice on our phone? And if so, what app would you recommend, or how do we start with just our phone? We don't have a mic yet. So how can we start with just our phone? Anybody have any insight on that? Any app that we can use, or how we should use our phone? Want to chime in on that? So, right. Okay, Curtis, yes. Did you want to say something?
Yes. There are a few apps. I've heard some very incredible phone recordings from people who've come to me, and they do recordings on the phones. The cell phones right now, the microphones are way underrated, and they are way better than a lot of people think. I'm not sure of the exact apps, but if you go into the app store and once you type in sound recording or studio, trust me, the apps, it's gonna be a long list of them, because I have a lot of people who send me recordings and they tell me they actually are able to put auto-tune on their voice in these apps on the phones. So I know it's definitely there. So yeah, all you need is a cell phone.
Yeah. So when you're looking for the right app for you, make sure that you read the reviews. That's very important. So you can read the reviews about the app and people can tell you about it. In my phone, I have an iPhone, and I use voice notes that comes with the iPhone, and I hold my phone here and speak into it. And sometimes I'll put, some sort of device in front of it. This is, my professional one here. But I'll put some sort of something in front of it just to make sure that I'm not talking too much into it. I forget what they call that. Again, I'm not a musician, but just for the sound. Also, I know that there are music stores in Jamaica where you can get microphones. The Blue mic is a common one to find there, BLUE mic. And if you want to order on Amazon, the Blue mic is $50, $49. So you can order it on Amazon and ship it in. If you get it under $49, then I don't know all the taxes and stuff, but I know you're not going to pay certain custom. It's $49, not $50. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah, and there are other new microphones like the Blue mic also that might be the prices and the quality are around there too. I know AKG has a brand new one, so you guys
Okay.
can check it out too. And there are also some microphones that can go directly into your cell phone. There are some microphones direct. So it's all about like once you decide to become an online entrepreneur, online creative, or online musician, it's all about online. So it's all about researching. And one thing that I do every single day or every single month is always researching for new technology, new equipment, always trying to upgrade your quality and upgrade your equipment. So once you want to get started right now, you hear us talking about cell phones. It's just for you to go online and research apps for recording. You just go on YouTube, go on microphones for cell phones, like condenser microphone for cell phone. Just do your research, guys. It's real easy. You have YouTube and you'll get an endless list of videos. You'll stumble upon things that we don't even know about yet.
Right.
So, the university of YouTube is there for everyone. So whatever you need to know, whatever you would ask your friend or you would ask me or ask Aisha, you can go, you can type it into YouTube. Nowadays in YouTube, you can actually speak it into YouTube. So just feel free to go through YouTube for any questions you guys have.
And Rohan is mentioning, I did an interview with Karen, who's making money with voiceover. She recommended, that was last week, Smart Recorder is the app that she's using. So that was a good one. And, you know, this mic, I bought it on, my little puff ball is missing. It's somewhere around here. But I bought this on Amazon and it was $30. I bought this one for travel. But the thing that I did, because it travels and packs up really easily for me, is Aisha knows that I usually use a Blue mic, but you know, I just looked at reviews on Amazon and this one, they said
that
really
one
good.
sounds very good. I was really surprised that you said that was for $30 because
yeah, for 30,
like 10 times the price, and that one sounds good. That one sounds really good.
Check Amazon and use mail pack or some delivery service to bring it in, and you'll be good to go. So before we do our final wrap up, I'm just going to encourage everybody. One thing that we wanted to set up, and if someone on my team would drop the URL in the chat box, is that one thing we're going to work on for creatives is providing a training that we could get funded for you so you wouldn't have to buy it. Now, this is something that we just thought of today because we had so many emails come in about it saying, what support is there for creatives to be able to take a course to learn voiceover, the course Andrew is talking about, and, you know, the class that Curtis took. So how can you take a class like this? And if you don't have the ability to pay for it, what can we do for you? So we're going to give you the opportunity to sign up on a notification list. And if you sign up on that notification list, then as we go out and look for funding, when it becomes available for you, we would love to give you the opportunity to learn how to, as a creative, make money online. Does that sound good to everybody? Say yes in the comments if that sounds good. So something I wanted to work on, especially with the times that we're in now, those were the majority of messages that came in saying, hey, what about us creatives and the times that we're in right now? And, you know, what can you do to support us? So Winnie has put the link there up on the screen. It's internetincomejamaica.com/creatives. Sign up for that notification list. Pass the URL around to any other creatives that you know, and we'll start working on that immediately after the call if you guys are interested. If we get enough people saying yes and signing up there, we'll look for some grants to cover the cost of you guys taking some courses and getting some coaching and all that good stuff. So I hope that sounds really good to everyone. So go ahead and do that before we get off of here. Share this video as well with any creatives that you know. Hit the share button. Create a watch party from this video. After it's over, you'll be given the opportunity to create a watch party. Let's motivate and inspire. There are amazing opportunities out there. It's just to have the knowledge of how to get started. And on that note, some final thoughts to the audience. Aisha, talk to the audience. Give them some final thoughts and encouragement and inspiration. You've given so many tools and resources and your story motivated and inspired so many people. But give us your final thoughts.
Can I see someone else go and I'll like chime in after?
We'll start off with Curtis. Curtis.
All right, my thoughts are just get started. That's the key to anything. When I started doing voice. I started doing recordings as an artist. And I remember thinking I had producers that I was working with, and sometimes it wasn't working through too well. And I was like, you know what, I want to start making beats. And I just started, and I put it on Fiverr, and I actually got paid to learn again. I got paid to learn to make beats. So I got jobs to make a beat for a song that I was doing. And then I would learn, as I said, go online, type it in, how to make a beat. They're amazing people. There's this guy called BusyWorks Beats. He taught me how to use Fruity Loops and how to make beats. So there's some amazing teachers online for anything that you want to learn. So it's all about getting started. I want to do videos for my editing, and I go online and I learn. So whatever it is that you want to do, it's all about getting started, and you have all the tools to educate yourself. Also on Fiverr now, when you get on, there are courses, and you can get certified in your field on the platform. So you can get on and you can learn the skills. You can pay for a course and you get a badge, and when you get that badge helps you to get work. So it's all about just going out and getting started and loving what you do. It's all about passion. I remember I want to share this from my experience too about working online. I've had great months, I've had excellent months, and I've had bad months. And I've had like bad months that went for more than 1 month. I don't know if anybody else has experienced it, but I've had like 3 months that were bad. And what I've come to realize, that those 3 months that were bad, that only came because of my drive for what I was doing fell. So it's all about loving what you're doing and putting 110% in what you're doing. As Alicia said, just always over delivering. And once I over delivering, those are always my best month. And as we talk about the pandemic, last month was one of my best months. Last month was a good month, just normal orders, nothing great, and it was $1,200 last month. And I've noticed a small increase in the pandemic. So it's right now is one of the best times for you to start as creatives. Everybody is looking for something to do, so you will get work. There are other people in other fields that are going to hire you. So it's all about starting. It's all about putting 100% in it, and always educating yourself and always trying to upgrade your quality.
I love that. And Curtis, you have a wife and 3 kids, and your online business is supporting this growing family that you have. So I just wanted to say, congratulations on everything that you're doing as a man and working so hard to support your family. So big up to you.
Thank you.
For that.
Thank you. And I'm sorry when I say this sometimes, when I say like last month, I keep doing this. My mind is stuck in Fiverr. Like
Yes.
I keep forgetting about Sound Better. So that's just Fiverr. So for all you people out there, that's just for Fiverr. So I keep talking, and I only think about Fiverr because Fiverr is the main fuel. It's
and that's what I'm always talking about with you, right? It's always Fiverr. But yeah,
it's always Fiverr. Yeah.
And we liked that you brought up other local agencies that you can reach out to and get work from. You talked about BeatStars and Sound Better as well, and Creative Sounds Agency. So thanks for all those resources that you brought up as well. Aisha, are you ready? Are you ready, Aisha?
Okay. So I wanted to encourage everyone to try to have multiple income streams. I'm sure you guys have seen this floating around on the internet. The average millionaire has 7 income streams. No, it's not the exact same. Okay, for example, for me, when I just started Fiverr, I only had 2 gigs. I had a Jamaican, actually I had 1 gig. I had a Jamaican accent voiceover gig because I wasn't confident in my American accent because I'm not American. actually grew up in Jamaica my whole life, but just thought I learned the accent from watching TV. But I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna put it out there and see if people find my accent convincing enough. So then I put up an American accent gig, and then someone asked me, if you were originally a singer, why don't you have a singing gig? So I put up a singing gig as well. And then even getting local clients, for me, that counts as a different income stream. Fiverr is one income stream, and then local clients, those are different income streams as well. So when I heard Curtis mention, you know, a bad month on Fiverr, it cannot be that you put all your eggs in that one basket, and then the 1 month Fiverr drop down, you drop down flat too. Don't do that, guys. Like, you really have to diversify your income streams. I love what Harold was saying, and Andrew spoke on it too, about how as musicians, you don't have to have a hit song on the radio to make money. If you own your music, you can make money from streaming online, right? So the whole thing is just that streaming is an income stream. Working on Fiverr is an income stream. Working locally is another income stream. Don't let it just be that you only have one thing, because as someone who's been doing it for 5 years, you will definitely have those months. You know, like my rent is X amount per month, X amount of money every single month, but my earnings go from A to Z, you know? So it cannot be that you have the responsibilities and you can't meet them because you're only depending on one thing and it's not doing great. On that same note, my next tip would be patient, guys. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't want people to think, like, walk away from this feeling like, oh, that's a scam. That girl says she makes $600,000 and he said he makes 4,000 US and I made $20. Like, okay, that's a scam. I've been doing it for 5 years. Curtis has also been doing it for years. Andrew was doing it before me and Curtis. When you hear him saying, oh, he made 10,000 US. So the whole thing about it is about putting in the work. You know, they always say that a master is somebody who has spent like 10,000 hours or something learning how to do something. Right. So it's just about literally putting in the work and being patient. My first month on Fiverr, I think I earned like $55. And if I had just stopped there, I wouldn't be where I am today, where I make enough money to do everything for myself. I live on my own. I'm paying my rent. I'm paying my bills. I bought myself a car when we used to just be a walk foot brownie. So, you know, you just have to be patient and build up that client base. And, you know, you build a client base by learning how to talk to people good. It's not my strong suit myself. But, yeah, learning how to deal with people, consistently delivering on time and over-delivering, as Alicia said, and just doing good work. But be patient. Right. So don't just think, you know, overnight you're going to be a millionaire off this thing, even though I guess that can also happen. But yeah, just give it some time.
Great advice.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys.
That was good. Diversify your income streams. Make sure you're working multiple sites, working locally as well as online. Really great tip. And then be patient. And really, that was about also appreciating the journey and understand that it's a journey and you're going to build. And, you know, Aisha talked about in the very beginning, what you focus on is what grows, right? And so making sure that you're focusing and building your business. All right, Harold, let's hear from you.
Yeah. First of all, so much for having me. I had a blast. I had a great time. I want to leave with the summary of the tips I shared earlier. Just to reiterate them again. The first one, tip number one, remember that you're an entrepreneur. As a creative, remember that you need to approach it like you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, you're in business. Yeah, so you need to think about multiple revenue streams. You need to think about organizing your business in a particular way. You know what I mean, to make sure that you have your records and things of that nature. That's the first thing. And your core, your superpower is being a creative, and it's a great thing about being a creative right now. Everybody looking for good creativity. That's a core. That's tip number one. Tip number two is remember to create your brand, to hone your brand, to nurture your brand, to build your brand, and to continuously work on your brand you. Define what brand you is and work on that, define it, keep on working on it, promote it, but build your brand, your creative brand. Tip number three, write something you can own. Write something you can own intellectual property to. Whether it's a song or a, and I say write, I don't mean necessarily a pen. It could be beat, it could be a rhythm, whatever it is. Write something, you're creative, you can do that. Think about it. Write something that you can own. Figuratively, write something that you can own the intellectual property for. Number 4, now is an excellent time to pivot. Consider what your core superpower is. Your core, it may be songwriter, it may be singing, it may be that you have a unique voice, it may be that you have a particular type of personality that persons are pulled to you naturally, and use that to pivot into new areas, to you, whether you're using a Fiverr or using other online platforms or whatever it is. Use your core, figure out what that core is, and pivot and from that core to develop new products for yourself. Your product isn't the manifestation of you singing in front of a 10,000 audience. Your product really is your ability to sing and that special talent that you have. That's tip number 4. Tip number 5, don't forget to collaborate. Now is an excellent time to collaborate, for collaboration as creatives. Not only know, but have it as part of your mantra. This collaboration, this strategic networking with persons with similar skills as yours, persons with complementary skills like yours, persons even in other areas of your business that will support your business as well. Your accountant, maybe if you have an accountant version or a lawyer version. Collaboration is a key part of us progressing and moving ahead to greater, bigger and greater things. Number 6, be a part of a community. Make sure that you try to be a part of a community for all of the reasons that we mentioned before. It's a very, very important thing that you strive and make you deliberately make an effort to be a part of a community. And we mentioned JFMAU earlier. And number 7, my final tip, and what I want to leave you with, is always strive for excellence. Keep on working at your craft and excellence in your core product, excellence in your delivery, excellence in your communication, excellence in your business skills. Continuously strive for excellence. Don't settle for this mediocrity thing. Don't settle for it. You have a tendency to settle for it. Don't settle for it, right? It's a great time to be a creative. Let's do it.
Zalika said, Harold with the major keys. Curtis, did you want to add something to that?
I just want to add on the major keys from Harold and Alicia, because they both said two things, and I think I just want to emphasize on it. Where Alicia said, where Aisha said, like, some people might think this is a scam. They made this and I only made this. And where Harold said about your brand, like, I think it's important for people to understand that your brand is the quality of service that you give. Your brand is the reviews that you get from your clients, and that's what's gonna make the difference in your success. How successful you are is based on the quality of work and the quality of value that you provide to your customers. The more value you provide to your customers is the more clients you will get, is the more money you will
Absolutely.
make.
Absolutely.
The great thing about these platforms that we're telling you about, Fiverr and Sound Better, that is even better than you just working by yourself locally, because these platforms, it's like Amazon, they have reviews, and these reviews help to build your brand where people can go and see what your last customer says. In music industry, they say you're as good as your last hit. Well, in these online platforms, you're as good as your last order. And even if you get a bad order yesterday, at least you have 10 other clients before that can say how excellent your work is. So it's always about building your brand, is all about the work, the quality
Absolutely.
work that you put in, and the quality service. And the big thing is customer service. Customer service is the most important thing. I have clients that come to me. I'm gonna have to tell them about them granny, them picnic, them everybody. But the thing I've learned this the hard way too. No matter how, because you have clients that will come to you that they might not be experienced in the field, and you have some clients that are gonna come to you and they're just illiterate. And so a lot of the times, these are the clients that leave you the worst reviews, the ones with the least experience, and the ones who just. And the thing is, you always have to deal with them in a professional manner. You always have to deal with them with great customer service. You still, even when you know they're wrong 100%, let them feel like they're right. Apologize, keep it positive, and keep it. And I've had some of them that I've changed. I've had some of them that came to me and they were the worst, and they were on edge and everything. They're just this person, and just the way how I deal with them. I've had one of them that at the end he said, "You know what? Like, you were excellent. It was Fiverr." So he blamed the website and said, like, dealing with me was good. So it's always about staying positive and making every single client feel special and feel important, and let them know that they're important to you.
Can I say like the exact opposite? I'm not going to play devil's advocate here, but I just want to say that something that I always tell people, whenever anybody contacts me locally or online for a job, they're like, "Are you available?" I'm like, "What? From money I met needed upon my iTop, I stay hungry," right? At the same time, don't be so thirsty that you drink from any cup that's offered to you. That's how you get poisoned. Straight.
No, that's the
right.
That's
So
the key thing.
I have had that experience of working with people who are downright abusive on Fiverr. Downright abusive. And I've had experiences like that with people locally as well. And literally I've had people on Fiverr be like, it's just $5. That's all you're worth. And you're trying to upsell to them so you can get more than $5 and be like, "Hey, well, I usually charge this," and it says that on my page. And they're like, "So what? I can find somebody to do for $5. Why do you think you're worth more than that?" You have to know your worth. And I remember someone telling me that they're like, "Oh, in a capitalist society, we don't get to decide our worth." And I said, "Well, I'm different because I am an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur or a producer is someone that owns the raw material and they own the means of production. As creatives, that's what we are. The raw material is my voice, right? The means of production, the computer to edit, the microphone to record, I own all that. I am the one who goes out and tells people, this is my price. If you're not willing to pay me that, go and find somebody else, because there's definitely levels to this. Do not allow anybody to trample on you guys. We have to know, of course, when you're just starting, you're not going to make the same money as somebody who's a veteran. You're not going to make Paula and Porter money doing voiceovers right off the bat, right? But you still cannot allow people to trample on you and just be willing to pay you whatever because they don't recognize your worth, right? We have to recognize our own worth and enforce it. Enforcing it is usually the hard part. We can get up and be like, you know what? I'm not making anybody pay me less than this because I know this is how much people pay for this. But then somebody come and then they try their little tactics. They try to tell you, well, say, I give me some exposure. Woo! Creatives hear that one every day. It's like our rent alone get paid in exposure. Everybody else pay money. Oh, if you just sing for free, we'll get you exposure. Or if you just do this voiceover for free, people will know that it's your voice in the app. People don't usually. You can tell people it's your voice in the app, and that will be good for your brand. I'm not saying don't work with some people who are going to be awesome for you. If I'm going to work with somebody, my face gonna be in a TV ad, my name gonna be on a big billboard, and they're not paying me. You make up your mind and decide whether or not it's worth it and how you're going to use that opportunity and monetize on it, capitalize off of it. But don't let it be that you're running around doing everything for free and wondering why nobody's paying you. Everyone gonna know you're the person that work for free or work for little, and it's just not going to benefit you. Do not let people trample on you. Know your worth, enforce it.
Yes, exactly.
Alicia, it's like another session that you need to have.
That's
talking about value.
Yes, that's true.
That's exactly not the opposite of what I said. That's exactly right on point with what I'm saying. yes, there are abusive people out there, and also these platforms are against it. So the beautiful thing is, if you have a toxic client, if you have a toxic buyer that comes in, you can actually report them to Fiverr. I've had to do it a few times, and I've done it. And I don't work with toxic clients like that. But there are some, it's just in the way that you deal with them. Even when I come up on toxic clients, I have some clients that I can tell just off the way how they send their requests that this is not somebody that I want to work with. And this is where I talk about the customer service. Like, I decline them in a very sweet way. I'll tell them, like, I'm not available to work on your project at this time. So it's you don't want to take up people that you know a problem, like Aisha said, or people who telling you crap about, you know, the exposure, or people who want to abuse you. You definitely don't want to work with these type of people, because as I said before, it's never good. But always deal with them in a good, respectful manner, so that even though you didn't work with them, they can still go on, and they can't say anything. I've
Right.
had people with certain sexual oriented projects that I won't work for or work with, but at the end of the day, they can say whatever they want to say, but they can't say that I dealt with them in any disrespectful manner or any abusive manner. So
Unprofessional.
it's always about keeping
Unprofessionally,
it professional. Yeah.
Right. So on that note, this has been an absolutely amazing live, guys. I really enjoyed having everybody on here. You guys have been, Harold, thanks for repeating your tips, because Camille wanted somebody's notes. So now she was able to take notes. So thank you. Everybody saying big up, you guys, Alicia and the team, Aisha, Curtis, and Harold. Thanks for sharing and educating. Very good job. And bless. And on that note, we're wrapping it up. I just wanted to say thank you guys for joining us today. And again, if you want to get on that notification list of special opportunities for creatives, we're going to be working on that. internetincomejamaica.com/creatives. This has been an absolutely fun session. Very amazing. Lots of really good stuff. If you guys would just, in the comments, if you would just tell Aisha and Curtis and Harold how much you appreciated their time today, because they could have been doing voiceover or something else. Let them know how much you appreciated them. Hey, make sure you join our free group. If you have any questions on mics or software, I'm always in that group and willing to help and answer any questions as well. Look in the chat comments or watch the replay, and you'll see the URL to that group as well. Thank you guys so much. Brilliant job. Aisha, Curtis, Harold, Andrew, who was on before. Unfortunately, Damion couldn't get his internet to connect, but I'm sure we'll hear from him again soon. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.